Hey y'all, welcome back. March, time to budget and answer some questions. I hope you're ready because today we're asking the hard questions. Now, I'm not asking you, I'm asking me. Question number one, why do I spend so much? Question number two, why do I feel like I have to spend? Question number three, when am I going to rein in my spending? So, these are all the things that I'm going to be asking myself over the next month as I do my very best to plan for the next year, 2 years. There's so many things I want to do over the next couple of months. And so here it is. I'm glad you're joining me. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know where you're chiming in from, y'all, just so I can know who is with me. Now, we are going to talk budgets, and then I probably need to do just a Saturday sit down, like just to have a little chit chat. Let's talk about all the things. Hey, y'all! Thank y'all for joining me. Let me know where you're chiming in from, and if you've done your budget. So the question of the day: have you done your budget for March? And if you haven't, why not? So have you completed your March budget? And if not, why not? So that's the question that we are asking ourselves. Have we done the budget? And if we have done it, good. If we have not done it, then why haven't we done it? Because it's not going to make any sense for us to come to these budget meets and get togethers and all the things if we have not done our budget. Right? Right. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Have you completed your March budget? And if you have not, why not? I was talking to budget membership people met today. Hey, Miss Pat from Washington State, good to see you. Members met today. If you're a member of my channel and you're not meeting with us and you want to email me, because I'll send out the meet link so that we all can get together. We get together twice a month. And that was one of the questions. Why do I always feel the need to spend money? Hey, Rhonda from West Texas. Oh, very good. Now, where exactly would West Texas be? Hey, little lady, good to see you. Where would West Texas be? Like Dallas-y, Houston-y, San Antonio-y? Like what would be close to where you are? And I was asking those ladies because I think spending is psychological. Why do we spend the way we spend, or why are we watching pinching our pennies? Because some people are spendthrifts, some people are just spend it all. I like to think that I'm kind of in the middle, but I do have an area that really taxes me where spending is concerned, and that is at the grocery store. Now, I don't know if it's food insecurity growing up, because at this point in my life, I'm not food insecure. There's not one Midland. Oh, I've heard of that before. There's not one thing that I don't want that I couldn't go to the grocery store and purchase. So why do I feel the need to do all the spending at the grocery store that I do? Last month, I probably spent more money than I have in a lot of months combined at the grocery store. So what's happening in my brain that's telling me, Shakema, you need to go to the grocery store? And I was talking to one of my members today, and she said, I think it's this justification. What you're making is a justification for spending. Now, here's the thing. If I budget for it, I can spend it. But if I don't budget and that's causing me to pull from this and pull from that and pull from something else, then I can't be spending it, or I shouldn't be spending it. Because the truth of the matter is, it's your money and you can do with it what you want. But I would be very cautious myself for Shakema to not justify spending when I have a refrigerator, deep freezer, pantry, extended pantry, baking pantry, and bottom baking cabinet full of groceries. And I keep going to the grocery store. So to combat that for the month of March, I don't know. Hey, Miss Rose, good to see everybody. Okay, you Texas ladies. Hey now. I spend quite a bit of time in Texas. I just am always there and then I'm always back. Texas, Texas, Texas. So Prairie, if Prairie is on, I need you to message me. I'm not sure if Prairie is on here, but I do need you to message me. Okay. So for the month of March, you know how Jessica over at Three Rivers Homestead, she hosts the pantry challenge in January and February. I tried in January, it just didn't work for me. Well, it's March and I am not spending any money at the grocery store except my $50. When I go through my budget and you see that I've only taken out $50 for groceries, it's 4 Wednesdays. That's all I'm spending for groceries. I have a full refrigerator full of food that my kids and I can't go through. My friend who typically comes over for Saturday suppers, because we have not been feeling well, so I told her, don't come. Please don't come. I don't want you to get sick. I want you to be well. She brought the 2 chickens that she usually brings for Saturday suppers and just dropped them off. She's like, well, I'm not going to eat them. I'm going to just drop them off at your house. And Jackson went out and got them because all of us aren't feeling well. But I've got now 2 more chickens, right? I've got 2 more chickens. I have lots of carb balanced stuff in the fridge, lots of cheese, lots of condiments, and I need to go through that stuff and get rid of things. I keep buying stuff without recycling. So I'm for the month of March, my kids and I, you can follow us on Instagram, you can follow us on Facebook or TikTok for daily reels, right? I'm not going to say it's 30 days of, because I may not do 30, but every time we cook something out of our stores, we're going to post that, because I'm hoping that I'm not overextending my budget and putting it towards groceries when I have groceries. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. If not, it makes sense in my brain. I'm going to grab you guys on my phone so that I can move to the budget. So my budget is done. Budget is done, and I'm set on what it is that I'm planning to do for this month. And so I just want to invite you. Thank you, Miss Rose. I am so trying to feel better. I have been under the weather for several days, and I'm not really sure if it's the kids at school or if it's at Jackson's school or sister's work, or at church, because it's like everybody at the church has not been feeling well. So something is going around and we're passing it, which is, very unusual, because lots of the kids at our church homeschool. We do have some in school, my kids in school, but I'm just thinking now, a couple of the little girls, they actually take dance and gymnastics at a regular gymnastics place. So they're with regular, kids who go to regular school. So who's to say what's getting passed around? I do know that I'm going to be disinfecting the bathroom tonight, because I got to get these germs out of here. I just don't have time to be sick. And then I was under some really heavy pressure at work because I needed to get a project finished. I had on Monday of this week, and that thing really had me in my feelings, because I work with 2 other people and they were done, or as close to done as they could get. So I had 151 students I still needed to meet with on Monday. Out of, let me see, I would say just about 400 kids in the 8th grade. That's only 8th grade. That's not 6 or 7. So about 400 kids. And I still had 151 kids that I needed to meet with. Now, let me just classify that. Or what I want to say, yeah. I've met with those students multiple times, and I've printed their plans. I've gone through everything to make sure that everything was good. But then I needed to make sure that their plans were right. So I have to meet now with each individual student. And I still had 151 kids to finish on Monday. I stressed out over it. It just got me in my feelings. I'm like, Lord, why they finished and I'm not? I do have more students than they do. That's just because one of my schools I have the biggest middle school. And that's fine. They still have their good number of kids as well. But I was just not getting on my kids. And so I prayed. I said, Lord, you got to help me, because my health is I'm feeling in my health a little bit. Hey, now, good to see everybody. And I'm happy to say that by Friday afternoon, when I left school Friday afternoon, I only had 46 more kids. So I went from 151 on Monday to 46 kids. And I'm telling you, I was zippity dipping on through. I've had parent meetings and all that, and we just getting these kids completed. So back to the budgeting, because I think I was doing some emotional spending. I'm not feeling good. Let me just go and get something at the store. Let's just eat out. I don't want to cook. I didn't have any meal prep done this week, but I just took one for the team and I took yogurt for lunch. I said, you know what? I'm not buying anything. Actually, I had a hamburger from the cafeteria on Friday. And there was one other day that I did have to eat in the cafeteria, and I don't remember what it was, like mashed potatoes and something else. But I was like, this is not my life, y'all, because I'm spending money that I don't typically spend because I cook in my kitchen. So I said, okay, I got to get this meal prep done. And being prepared helps me not overspend my budget. All right, I'm going to jump into this budget, share a few things, kind of go over some stuff and where we are, and then we can just kind of chat in the comments. When I'm done with this live, I'm going immediately live again because I'm going to talk about health, but I don't want to talk about that during the budget. Okay. So if you want to see health updates, I am going to come back and talk health after this live. Okay. I know it's a lot, but I have to work to make myself feel better. And if I don't work, I'm not going to feel good. Oh Lord, what did I do? Oh, here we go. Very good. Okay. I probably shouldn't be chewing this gum. Let me get rid of this gum very quickly. Very good. Okay. All right. Here's the budget, y'all. Now, this is our March budget. And I'm happy to say at this point, I feel pretty good about the budget. I feel like we're going to do all the things that we need to do. We're going to hit our targets. I'm not going to overspend. That's my goal for March. And it's not that I overspend and I don't have money. It's just I might have overspent the category, and that extra money that could have went to savings is going to that spending. So don't think that I'm going into debt. I still am 100% debt free. I don't owe a soul except my mortgage, and I'm paying a little bit to this is the first month that I'm going to have to pay extra because our mortgage went up. And so that's how I'm going to be handling. I don't need to be overspending because my mortgage went up by almost $200. All right, now, so my paycheck came in on Thursday, so a day early, at $3,390.32. I can see my paycheck about a week out to know what it is. It's pretty much the same every single month. I'm a salaried employee. I do not, I can't make over the money that I have. This is what it is. Already for the month, not already for the month of March, but when I get One Mom affiliate income from my two largest sources, right? YouTube is one of those, and then I have another source. When I get those payments, they're about the 21st, 22nd, 23rd of the month. And so pretty much the month is already over. And I use a lot of that money for my office expenses, utilities, sinking funds. So what I decided to do, or what I started doing in January, was whenever that money would come in the middle of that month, I already go ahead and put it for the next month's income, if that makes sense. So I've already paid the bills for February. I didn't need that income for February's bills. I'm shifting it to March. So I've already had $1,016.93 come in. Now that was from two sources. I had a really big month on one of my platforms, and that actually was from January. So the way that they run is about every 28th day, but we run about 2 months behind. So when you see that income, that was actually January's income, but we're already into March's budget. Now, February's income cut yesterday at the 28th. So February 1st to the 28th cuts off. And so I'll get that money in March and I won't use it until April. I hope that's not confusing. But I had a very stellar month on one of my platforms. Like it used to be 2 years ago. I think I had a couple reels go viral. What I am learning is there's so many people doing content creation now, and there's so many ideas that for you to go viral, it just has to be the best content. So I'm not going to tell anybody that I give you the best content. I give you the content that I have. And for whatever reason, things go viral. I'm thankful because it does help to pay some of those needed expenses ahead for me. Now, because I can also see what my next month's revenue is going to be, I know whether I'm going to do well or not. Well, this coming up month, so February, is not as good as what January was. So I already knew, because I had a really good month, what I needed to do was I needed to double up on my sinking funds, because when I get income at the end of March, it may not be enough to cover sinking funds for March. So what I did was I went ahead and doubled up on my sinking funds this time when I got that money in, so that I knew it would be covered. There were a couple that I didn't cover last month for whatever reason. I guess I just forgot. But I went ahead and caught that up. And then I also have already covered March. And for some, I've covered March and April. So let's just go through it and see where we are. All right. So my mortgage is going to be $1,122. I had previously been paying $1,000. So I'm going to be paying $122 more than what I had been paying. Although my mortgage actually was only, what was my mortgage? It was $957 or something like that. $957 and some change. So I've been paying like $42 extra to principal, and I'm still going to find money to pay towards the principal. Now that I've gotten to the point where I'm okay paying more to the principal, I'm just going to find it. And I think I'll be able to find it by not having random trips to the grocery store, if that makes sense. Now, if I need something, I'm going to go get it. However, I have to budget what I need versus what I'm just trying to go get because I have a need to go to the grocery store, right? So I think that I'm going to try to get that up to, I'm going to try to get it up to $1,200, which will give me an extra $78 is what I'm going to try to get it to, which is actually going to be twice what I was paying towards the principal for these last few months. So I think I can swing it, but I'm going to see. I may have to go in and do an extra principal payment towards like the middle of the month just to kind of see where I am. I know I can cover the 1122, but I just want to make sure that I have enough. And I am noticing that because my mortgage, what I bought my house for, now my home, that is a gnat that's coming off my plants because I just brought the plants in here because my children don't love them like I do. So they have to be with me now. The principal payments have actually helped to bring my payoff down significantly. So what I originally paid for my house, my home is now worth twice plus some of that because of where I live in the county that I live in. So if I paid my house now, I could pay off my existing mortgage and have a good amount of money to reinvest into a property. It would not be in this area because this area is I'm priced out if I sell my house and try to rebuy here. I'm priced out. But if I stay where I am until I'm moving somewhere else, I'm good. But every time I make a principal payment, what I notice is that my bottom line mortgage goes way down, and I'm thankful for that. So I'm going to try to do the $1,200 just because I want to push myself to focus on paying off that mortgage and stay out of the grocery store with that extra spending. Now, if I don't make it, that's fine. I'm still going to do something. It's going to be okay. My utilities is $202, which that comes out of my one mom expense, because everything that I do I'm using utilities for something. I'm plugging something in. I got lights going. I got the grow lights going. We're filming. It's all the things. So I count it as a business expense, and we live our best life. Water and sewer is $90. My cell phone, I just put 90 in there because I can't remember the exact new payment. I think it's only going to be like $50. And because I already budgeted 90 in, whatever that extra $40 is, I think that's how I'll be able to pay more towards that principal payment on my mortgage. The internet is $94.99. Now, here's where I've already gone ahead and done sinking funds, because typically I wait and do sinking funds. So my household repairs, I did 2 months of sinking funds, so I put $100 in there. Where it says Mr. Jerome, let me tell y'all what I did there. See, Mr. Jerome does not come back until April. He may not even come back to the middle of April because right now the grass is not growing. So I did have $120. I have a weight loss group. I don't know if I should call it a weight loss group. It's a ladies encouragement group for those of us who are trying to be healthy, right? Call it weight loss group, call it whatever you want. We all are in a text thread together. And so I wanted to do a giveaway for those ladies to help keep them encouraged, to keep, help keep us. We text every day. Every day somebody's texting something. Y'all got it. You can do it. All the things, just all this encouragement. So because I knew I didn't have Mr. Jerome, and I actually had planned to do some garden stuff with that money, but I'm still growing plants. I've got seed here. I don't need to buy any more seed. I'm good for right now. I chose to take that money and do 2 giveaways. So I gave away a body composition scale, and I also gave away a mini stepper. I just bought a mini stepper for myself, and so I gave that as a drawing, and then I gave away the body composition scale because I have that for myself as well, and I'm using that in the drawing. So I did take that money out in cash, and I'll put that in a second. So that money is already out. My recycling and renewal, pest control, all that's $56. Now, I didn't have enough to sink those funds. So I will find the money to sink that one. I sank it last month, so I'm not behind. I just will put money aside for those 3 things this month. The things that I could pre-sink because I had enough, I went ahead and done it. Some things I couldn't do. Moving down, Amazon Prime, I went ahead and paid double on that. PureFlix, the $22, I paid double on that. Now that comes due in May. So I need to be thinking now, some of this stuff is going to start coming due. My recycling comes due. My yearly pest spray comes due. Amazon Prime, we just paid that in January, so we don't have that due. My Healthways gym is $29. Jackson's gym is $42. Now, Jackson has not been going to the gym because he's doing track, and I've still been paying for his gym membership. So what I think I'm going to do, because I was reading on some stuff that they sent me, I can pause his membership for like 2 months without a penalty because he's just not been going. He's been going every day to track. Every day they have track practice. And so I'm still paying for him to have the membership, even though he's not using it. And so I think it would be a better use of those resources to pause his membership because 2 months will be like March, April, or April, May, because we're already in March. So maybe April, May. Then school will be out, and then he'll be coming back to the gym in June. Okay. But that's a conversation to think about for the next 2 months. And I just saw that clause on Friday when I was thinking about getting a personal trainer. So I will talk about personal trainer in a minute. Federal taxes, state taxes. So I went ahead because I got income and go ahead and put my taxes aside. I take out 15% of everything that comes in as one mom income. And so far that's been $155. Now, Jackson sinking fund, I haven't done that yet because I usually take that out of dad's money when he sends for Jackson. The camera sinking fund, I put that as $40. And I'm very much thinking about just getting a new phone instead of getting a camera. Because if I get the camera, I'm still going to have to get the software. I'm going to be stuck here trying to edit on my computer. And I'm so good at editing on my phone right now. And I'm thinking, hey, if I get a better phone with a better camera and more storage space, I could just keep doing what I'm doing. So I haven't decided yet. I still put money in there just in case. My Netflix is $17. And then here's where we get into the issues, right? It's always the grocery store for me. Because if I'm going to spend extra, it's going to be in the grocery store. So my monthly groceries, $300, which is $50 a week. Nope. Well, it's $75 a week. But I took $100 out. So I'm going to make myself a note. I took $100 out. Why won't this let me be real great right now? You know what? Sometimes I struggle with this. I'll put a note in a minute. For some reason, my new computer just does not love what I'm trying to do. Anyway, I put $100 in savings. I went ahead off the top of that and put money in savings because I am determined to save money. I put several $100s in my $100 challenge, several dollars in my $50 challenge, and I've been filling up my little box because I'm determined to save money. 2025 is about making better choices and making sure you have what you need for your family. At least it is for me. Summer groceries is $100. I went ahead and used my prep money, $50. We already bought stuff, and so that money's gone. And then I saved $100 for Azure Standard. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am an affiliate of Azure Standard. If you use my link, which is always in the description box below, it helps us out. We do get a little bit of something off there, or I can get Azure Cash. Oh, hey, now from Tucson. Good to see you. And you don't have to use my link, but if you do, it helps us out a little bit. But I'm thinking, do I need to order every month? I'm only spending $100. Do I need to order something this month? I try to check with Jackson because Jackson does all the baking and all that kind of stuff. And I want to make sure that I'm having what he needs so I don't have to go back to the grocery store and buy stuff. So I'm forcing him. Forcing is the wrong word. I'm encouraging him to get me a list to let me know because, hey, this order is going to go in. I need to know what you want, what you need. But do I need to order every month? That's the question I'm having to ask myself. For personal care, I took money out for Jackson's haircuts. I also took money out for my nails. Now, I don't have to get my nails done right now. They are done. They're okay for right now. I have a ministry event coming up, and so I just paid for them to get done from the ministry. Shakema, you shouldn't take ministry funds to get your nails done. Well, here's how the ministry works for me. I am the sole person. I'm the office staff. I don't have overhead expenses. I don't have anything that a normal church would have except myself. I don't charge honorariums. I charge nothing to go and preach. If you invite me, if I have to travel there, then I would expect that to be included unless it's somewhere I can drive, right? If I can drive to you, I'll take that on the chin. So if I need to buy a dress for an event, if I need to get my hair cut for an event that I'm going to, I use that money for that. We survive solely from love donations if people want to do that. Very few people do that. But the ones who do, we're thankful. Or I went to preach and they've given me a love offering. I don't charge an honorarium. So I will get my nails done or my hair done or something like that because I need to look the part for going to where I am going to minister. I'm getting ready to make an order for a couple more dresses for that specific thing as well. So I think I struggle sometimes because I'm like, but that's for the ministry. Yes, but what I'm ordering is for the ministry as well. So it's those types of things and questions that I have to always ask myself. Am I doing right? And I know somebody would say, well, that's the ministry. Yes, but it's First Love Ministries with Shakema Wilson. It's what the Lord told me to do. I don't have staff. I don't take a salary. I just leave the money in there until I need to do something or the Lord tells me to give or whatever. We always going to give off the ministry. So anyway, I've took money out for my nails. I don't need to get them done just now. And Jackson just had a haircut last week, so he won't get a haircut until next week. But he has enough for 2 haircuts, and I have enough for 1 fill in on my nails. Moving down, the P.O. box, I went ahead and put in $34. So that sank last month so February and March, because I forgot the P.O. box for some reason. I have no idea. The reason I keep the P.O. box, I get a lot of brand deals and stuff. And so what happens is I just have them send it to the mail center, because there are a lot of people, those porch pirates and, those Amazon thieves and stuff like that. I don't want to have stuff coming here, and I don't even know when the day it's coming. Sometimes we know, sometimes we don't. And they're asking me, well, didn't you get the product? And I'm like, I didn't get the product. And somebody just saw it on the porch. So I keep it going to the post office, and I just pick it up from there. It's safer. It doesn't take me long to stop by. I have just a regular small little P.O. box. They can put a card in or a key, and then I can get mail from there. So that's why I keep the P.O. box. It's not really for, oh, I'm going to keep this P.O. box so people can send me stuff. Occasionally, somebody will bless me, and I'm thankful for that. But I keep the P.O. box for the brand deals. I think that's too. Thank you, Miss Rose. Because, sometimes people say, well, that pastor just wants my money. I very rarely ask people. I will put something out and say, hey, if you're interested to bless the ministry, I might do that one time if I'm doing a series of something. But I let people decide for themselves what they want to do or not. I don't force that. Moving down. For recreation, entertainment, and vacation, I do believe I pulled out $100 for that. I will have to look and see. Oh, no, I didn't. I see it right here. I wrote it down. I did household repairs, Amazon Prime, PureFlix camera, and the P.O. box. Those were the things that I did the doubles of. And my car insurance. I did doubles on car insurance as well. Okay. All right. I'm going to move down. Keep going, Shakema. Okay. Miscellaneous for Jackson. I'm always going to put money in his account because I need Jackson to have money when he moves out. My biggest regret for my older children is I didn't have anything for them when they left home. And fortunately for me, they both went to the military, so they were taken care of. They didn't struggle. They had a place to sleep. They had food. They had somebody to take care of them. But I didn't, as a mom, have anything to give them. So when dad started sending child support, of course, I didn't get it as long for sister because she turned 18, but I did save for her some and was able to help her with her car. And dad was able to help her with her car. Whether Jackson uses his money for school or he uses it for a car, I still feel like it's my obligation to save for him. So every month I put something back. Although with Jackson and his baking, and he makes stuff for people all the time, it's really costing me. So I'm trying to get him to set up like a business. Listen, I get it. Your friends want to be your taste testers. If they want to order, that's fine. They can order something, pay through your CashApp so you can have money in your account. Don't forget you need more supplies to make more stuff so you can keep this little business going, because he's skilled enough to make his own money. But for right now, I want to make sure I do that. I put $150 in the dog's account. Now, why do you put more money in the dog's account than you do Jackson? Jackson gets the mortgage paid. He gets all the things. Nothing he needs that he will not get. For the dogs, I try to make sure I get their heartworm, flea, and tick meds every single month. They've never had a month without having heartworm, flea, and ticks. And then their food, which is about every other month. So I try to put enough money in so that I can cover all of those expenses. I try to get a big enough bag. I think I spend about $90 whenever I buy food, which is like every other month for the dogs. So my kids get what they get, but I do have to take care of those dogs because they are my responsibility. Gas, $200 for gas. Oil change, $20. Tire repair, $16, but I did put money in the oil change, so I put $40 in that one. My car insurance. Now, again, that's one of the, if I don't sink another fund, car insurance has to be sank. Now, we just renewed our car insurance. It renewed today, which was March the 1st, but we went ahead and paid it like the 20 something or other of February. And so we pay it by the 6 months. And when I say we, that's myself and sister, because when I was doing it myself, I was paying like $658 for 6 months. To add sister, it jumped our thing to $1,600 every 6 months. So sister's paying like $1,000 and I was only paying like $650. So what I told her was, I split the difference with you and we'll just both pay half. Sister doesn't make a lot of money. She works every day. She doesn't make a lot of money. She really would like to have some semblance of independence and move out. And I want that for her. So I'm trying to help bear that burden a little bit. And because she won't get child support as long as Jackson did, I don't mind helping her in that regard. Again, sister works hard. So I went ahead because I knew I got that huge payout from that one platform and doubled up my insurance. So it's paid for March and it's paid for April because we just renewed. So I cleaned out that account, but I paid for March and I put in money for April just in case I don't have enough income coming in to cover it next time. Tithe and offering, $560, but I do have to put in, so far I put in 103 and then offered a 52. And then I do plan to save $500. Now I did put $100 into savings from my grocery budget. So far it says we only spent $832, which is not true because I didn't put my cash in. I'll put that in a second. But that gave us a total expenses of $4,684.99 that I have to have coming in. Now my paycheck was $3,300. And then I got $1,000 from one mom. So that's $4,300. So I'm still $300 short of what I need to cover the month's expenses. If I take out the savings of $500, I've already met my threshold. I've already met my expenses. That extra savings, which I've already put some in from the groceries, is what's putting us over. So let me take you into the week just to put in those extra things that I did not put in. I thought I had put them in, but I did not. So I want to go ahead and put them in now. Just so I know that my budget is caught up. And I have to keep up on the budget. It is imperative. Must happen. Why? Okay, let me stop sharing for a second. Because for some reason, my computer doesn't want me to be great right now. And I really want to be great. I'm trying my bestest. Come on. Well, okay. So it doesn't want me to be great at the moment. And so I'll have to go back and I'll have to fix the sheet when you're not on watching because it will not let me manipulate it at this moment. And it's going to take time and I don't have time for that. So let me see what I can see in the comments. It says, I overspend in groceries because when I went through a divorce, I went from living in a certain house, eating certain meals, buying whatever I wanted to live in a low income and dependent on child support and teacher income. Thank God that's no longer my story, but I still overspend at the pig and Walmart. I mean, I think it's all in our heads why we do the things we do. And I think we have to understand the root of the problem. I know for sure when I was married, we didn't have the option to just go and spend. We were so tight in our grocery budget. Like I was not allowed to go to the grocery store with my ex-husband because he says I spend too much. And all we would have would be like $35. And I don't know what that does for a man in his mind, his bills. And I don't have enough money to feed my family. All I have is this $35. And what is that really going to buy? You know what I'm saying? And then how do I explain that to my wife who cooks? And I mean, I cook and do all the things. Hey, now, good to see you. So again, you got to figure out what that thing is, what that trigger is, if you want to call it a trigger, that's keeping you in that same pattern. What I know now is I don't have issues with grocery money. I can buy whatever I want to buy. That comes from not having debt. I spent a lot of time um working on paying down that debt so I could be at this place. Now, whatever I was spending towards debt, I need to, in my head, I need to change and take that money now and put it towards investment, savings, investment, high interest yield, savings accounts, those types of things, because I'm going to retire in 2 years. And at this current point, I don't have enough money in my retirement account to really retire. I mean, I'm not going to technically retire, but I will have 30 years in. But I'll only be 51 years old. So I really will still be working for the next 11 years to get to 62, or the next 13 years, 14 years to get to 65. So I want to make sure that I have enough. I want to be able to keep my insurance, because once I'm vested in the state, so I don't have to lose my insurance if I retire. We have pretty decent insurance. I want to make sure that I'm keeping my insurance going and all that. So it's a mind change or mind shift to understand why I do the things I do, and do I still want to do them? Are they beneficial? And if it's not beneficial, then why am I doing it? Because I know better, right? I've budgeted well enough to know, Shakema, you can make it. My kids and I can go to the refrigerator right now and buy and make anything we want. Jackson is a junior chef. He just got back from Johnson and Wales University last night from at a cooking competition. Hey now, good to see you. He just got back from a cooking competition. I was born on a farm. I was raised on a farm. I know how to take what I don't have and make it something. So it's not like I'm scrimping and saving and scratching and trying to figure that part out. It's just something in my brain that says you need to go to the grocery store. No, I don't. And for some of you, it may not be the grocery store. That's just my testimony. Whatever it is for you, thrifting used to get me. You need to go thrift. No, I do not need to thrift. I actually thrifted last week. I bought 4 pieces. I think I got 2 jackets, jacket type bubble jacket things, 1 shirt, a pair of pants, because I have a ministry engagement coming up and it's an away trip, and I needed to have a couple of new pairs of things to go. And so I took the money out of the ministry account. It was like $36 for 4 pieces. Okay, I used to be able to find so many good deals that I would go thrifting every day. If I spend $34, $36 every day for 30 days, I've spent $1,000 at the thrift store. And I don't do that anymore. Same with Amazon. So it may not be groceries. It could be thrifting. It could be Amazon. And don't get it twisted. TikTok shop ain't your friend. TikTok shop doing exactly what TikTok shop does, getting you in there, spending your coin. And I have bought stuff off TikTok shop. I got this one supplement that I'm taking right now, and I'm almost out. And your brain is playing with you. Do you want to buy that again? Because you know it took a long time to get here before. So you might want to go ahead and order that right now so you can have it. And I said, I'm not ordering it again. I'm not going to be on anything that keeps me by a chokehold that I gotta have it. Nope, I'm gonna eat right. I'm gonna exercise. I'm gonna drink my water. I'm gonna mind my business, and my weight is gonna do what it's gonna do. Because if I keep giving into the impulses and randomly spending, then I'm never gonna make the goal of this $9,000 to $18,000 that I need to have to do my baby step number 3B. I've been on baby step 3B for I got to get off 3B. I got to get past 3B, even though I'm doing 5 and I'm doing 6 and I'm doing 7. I don't do very much of 4 because I'm still trying to do 3B. So again, I got to prioritize in my life where my coins are going, tell my money what it's going to do, not let my money tell me. Because this mortgage increase really took me out. I'm like, wait a minute now, hold the heck on. And I thought I had done something wrong. But my sister was like, nope, mine went up too. And then another friend who lives on the other side of us, she said, nope, mine went up too. So I thought, okay, it's not me, but that took me by surprise. And I don't want to lose the momentum on paying down the principal on my home. So Shakema, you're going to have to pick an area. I don't have a lot to choose from because most of this stuff I have to have, but I don't have to have groceries like I'm hungry. Like I don't have anything to pull from. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. It makes sense in my brain. So when I bring you back the next time, which will be next week sometime, probably the end of the week, I will talk to y'all. I'll show you all the updates because my computer's being crazy and it won't let me do my updates at the moment. So I'm not going to worry about it right now. But that's kind of where we are. If I take out that $500 in savings, then I've already met my threshold between my paycheck and my income that came in at the end of February. Now, child support will come in. I thought for some reason that child support was a little wonky last month, and it was. And I think it's because February is kind of wonky in itself. But I did get the final child support payment like the day before, like on the 27th. And so Jackson had a field trip that he had to go to Johnson and Wales. So I immediately just put money into his that's what I didn't see on here. Jackson's cash account. Oh, see, that's not on here. I gotta fix that. Where's Rachel when you need her? Thank you, Rachel. Okay, so I'm gonna put cash account for Jackson because they needed food, and I don't like to necessarily send him with a whole lot of cash because he was going off without me for an overnight trip. So I put money on his card. He had also done a sale where he had sold some monkey bread. He had made a monkey bread and sold it. He made a little bit of money from that, but I wanted to make sure that he had all that he needed because I knew they were going out for a couple of nice meals. And so I did put money on his cash account with that last bit of child support. And I put some extra gas in my car. So that's kind of where we are for gas. $200. I'm taking out it's like $37.50 a week because I put extra money into savings from my gas. So again, a lot of people may not have, Shakema, where can I find money to save? Go and look at every single thing that you spend. I'm getting ready to do a 3-month with my friend V. We're getting ready, and the members are getting ready to do this too. Membership is getting ready to do a 3-month spending analysis so that then we can go in and figure out why we spend what we spend because we shouldn't be spending it. And so I may see if that's something that she wants to offer. If you want to come to like a paid class, this will be a paid class because she don't work for free. A paid class to help you figure out why you spend the way you spend. She is a licensed therapist and she will be helping us just kind of think through our spending decisions because budgeting is just in your head. If you can get it in your head to work right, you can put it on this paper and make it do what it's supposed to do. So anywho, there it is, y'all. If you don't have your budgets done, listen to me. Get those budgets done immediately. That's right. I did write it down, but Rachel will go back and look at it and she'll send me a message. She'll be like, Shakema, don't forget. And then I have another friend, she does it too. She's like, don't forget. And then my other friend also mentioned to give Jackson his own separate food category. So I'm going to have to find somewhere to put that. I think I'm going to put that in the eating out holiday entertainment /Azure Standard /Jackson because Jackson. Oh, there it is. That's okay. Yes, ma'am, you have. And you keep me straight. Hey, Miss Frugal, good to see everybody. But I did write it down this time because I didn't want to forget it. But I do my budget on the sheet, but then I still write it down. I write down my cash categories. I write down where I'm putting my offerings, my taxes, all the things. And then my friend Tiffany sent me these cute little these are denominations. So when I go to the bank, I can have all my denominations on here. And then because I write it down on the little card, on the little withdrawal slip for the lady. But Tiffany sent me this in the mail. And so it has all your denominations and I can put change. It's in one little empty box and I can put change. So I did withdraw, I think it was $795 from the bank in cash this month. And that's all the cash that I'm taking out right at the moment. Now, once child support comes in, I do pull money out of there for savings. And I do digital savings for Jackson. So I make sure that I just slide money into his account. And then if I need to keep a couple dollars on hand, or if I need extra gas, or if I need extra groceries, then I will take money from that. But again, for the month of March, we're going through everything in our freezers to see how much we can use. So there that is, you guys. Now, I'm going out, but I'm coming right back. So anybody who wants to hear about the health journey, health updates, What are we doing moving forward for the month of March? Because there is a challenge for March. I want you to jump right back on. If you just came for budgeting, like the video, share, subscribe, comment, do all the things. I'm so thankful that you're here to help me kind of work my way through this. One of the hardest things about budgeting is doing it by yourself, because I don't always see stuff. And so when I mention where's Rachel, the only reason I do that is because I know a lot of times I've said something and I've missed something, and as she's watched the video, she's like, Shakema, don't forget about this. And then a lot of other people will too, but Rachel is always, she with me to help me, because it's very challenging, because I think I'm trying to do it all, and I'm trying not to miss any lines, but then I miss stuff. So if you have a partner that can budget with you, that has any access to your funds, you need to sit down with that person, and y'all need to go over it line by line with a fine-tooth comb. You need to go through your budget like you picking lice. You understand what I'm saying? With that little comb, and you getting all the little nits and all the little eggs, and all, you need to go through it like that deep, because one person could miss something. I was watching Sarah last month do she was doing a budget video just a couple weeks ago, and she talked about the time that they spend the least money is when her and Solo sit down and talk about what they need to spend, or hey, maybe we need to wait, or whatever the case is. They just have that conversation. So if you have the fortunateness to have a partner that can discuss budgets with you, sit down and do it, because sometimes you miss stuff. As much as I don't want to miss things, it gets past me. And so I want to make sure that I'm being a good steward over my money. And I want to be a good steward over what God has done for me. So anywho, there it is, y'all, because I got to turn right back around and do another live video, because I'm trying to get some stuff. Like the video for me. Share if you feel like it was shareable. If you're interested in the financial analysis class, give me something in the comments. Send me a message or something so I can let my friend know, so we can get something together. I would love, love, love to have you guys hear her wisdom, but there are some things you got to do before we can do a class. You got to do all the bottom line things. So anywho, I got to go. Love y'all. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you guys in the next one.